Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flip Dot Show. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Hosenberg, Benny Bo, the one with the word, the one with the flow, and we coming at you live, man. Yeah, at 10:56, and we got some new content for you, man. Um, this gonna be SKG, which is what was it? What does that stand for again? Suge Knight gave her the name. Oh, Suge Knight Girl. I think that's what it was supposed to be. But yeah, so we're gonna get right into it. It's gonna be Trap with the content. Shout out to Richard Trapper. Let's go.
Like, keep cracking the same, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more. This good content we got going on here at TNN. Shopping Network. Good news you can use. Get knowledge, though. You ain't thinking nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure, in fact, tapped in with that good tap in. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that good news you can use. It's that good knowledge, though. You're not going to get into nobody's college, though, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more. This good content, man. Tap in with that tap in to make sure, in fact, tapped in with that good tap.
Appreciate it. Be liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so I know y'all there. So I can throw it to you when it's in the air, man. Share, comment, like, sub.
Register.
Let's get us to that. Another 1,000 watch time hours.
Make sure I get into
Trying to go to one more thousand for the subscribers. Want to get 4,000 subscribers? No, 450,000 subscribers.
Says Big U was involved in the unalignment of Nipsey Hussle. Let's get into that content on no further ado. Let's get into it. Let's go.
On
Not
what
450,
his
4,000
involvement could have been with the Nipsey situation. What do you think about that?
He absolutely was involved in Nipsey's situation. And people, they don't want to say it. They're scared to say it. That's fine. I'll say it for you. He was involved with the Nipsey situation. And I want to let the detectives, because they're supposed to reopen Nipsey's case. That's what I was told.
Oh, wow.
I want to let them do their work. And I just feel like if they do their due diligence, they will find out exactly what they're looking for. But come on now, you think he wasn't? Nipsey died in 2019. And he allegedly did this to Rayshawn in 2021. He felt untouchable.
So when Loose Cannon puts up the version of the story where he got a call from Big U 30 minutes before it happened, do you see that and you tend to be like, yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah, I believe it. And I'm going to tell you why I believe it. Do you remember when Luce
This
was
is
on the
SKG
show?
right here talking.
And then I think an attorney number posted a deceased for Luce with the video.
Okay.
I called the attorney and talked to the attorney myself. And the attorney, she told me that Big U just hired her for that cease and desist.
Okay.
So if there was never anything, why would you hire an attorney for that?
Yeah, right.
And so when they kept saying, oh, the attorney is fake, I talked to the attorney and I told her, do you know what type of monster you're representing? And then she told me, I don't even know him like that. He called me to hire me for this specific.
That doesn't sound like something the attorney should be legal.
I don't know about all that. They can't just talk about that with you.
I mean, we get that the Tig Old Biddy's a Tig Old Biddy, but I don't
She
think
do have some big wumpy wumpers.
Sounds like that's a breach of attorney-client privilege. I'm not sure that that's 100% true, because that's seeming like that's a clear breach of attorney-client privilege.
Yeah, that's confidential.
Case, for this cease and desist.
Right.
So that was not a fake attorney. That was a real attorney.
Yeah, because I've gotten fake cease and desist that seemed like they were cooked up on ChatGPT, but that was from an actual
law firm, because I spoke with her. I spoke with her myself, and then I called WAC, and I'm like, I just spoke with the attorney. I'm going to do my due diligence. So yeah, I picked up the phone and called her.
And even just in the last day, I've had a few people like sending me videos of fights that it seemed like in the video it was Big U and Eric Holder involved in these videos. Like they may have been closer than certain people have led us to believe.
Absolutely. Big U is a habitual liar. If you haven't noticed that, if you just go back and look at his videos and look at different things, he's a habitual liar, a compulsive liar. Even with me in his situation, he lied and said he didn't know me. And then after that, he started posting pictures of us on his Instagram and tried to give them a version of a story that wasn't even true. He's a habitual liar.
Damn. As far as the whole checking in thing goes, like, is that something that you've just known about for forever? Like, is that even slightly shocking to you?
No, because I did know about it.
Mm.
I knew about the checking in because he bragged about the checking in, but I didn't know the details per se in regards to how deep it went. You know, that's like if you hear checking in, you're like, okay, that means someone have to check in.
Right. If I go to Houston tomorrow, I could check in with a variety of people, and maybe they even move around with me. Maybe, you know, and there's a lot of reasons why they could want to do that. They could just want some attention or clout, hanging out with people, whatever. That's very different than the situation being like, no, you have to pay X amount of dollars, or else we're going to make this very difficult.
Well, I knew about certain rappers paying. I knew.
I wonder if she's gonna go on the stand and testify.
Yeah, really, is she?
Interesting. Because this is a woman who Wack kept saying, yeah, you put a case on SKG. This is an SKG girl, so I'm wondering where this is gonna go.
About that part,
Good night, girl.
But
That's
I didn't
what
know
it stands
to the
for.
extent in regards to. I didn't know that if they don't check in, they get hurt or unalive. Right? So when I say the details, I wasn't too privy to those details, but I did know about, okay, this person, they have to check in.
Right.
I just didn't know what happened, I guess, if the check-in wasn't checked in. That makes sense. Like, okay, well, what happened?
Because when I remember sitting there having the conversation with Loose Cannon, and he's kind of talking about them getting 50,000 out of Rick Ross and Meek Mill and shit, just so that they could like continue to be out at some club.
And all this is gonna be terrible in the indictment for sure.
More incrimination from Mr.
Like, that's how you guys were getting down. Like, I was so confused, and now the feds have this all in the indictment, and I'm kind of just reading the indictment like, oh, okay. I thought that
8 minutes.
Loose Cannon was doing some
We'll
attention
go to
shit
like
and just
2,
kind
3
of
more
making stuff
videos
up
about
to
this, and we'll
have
go
a
on to the
viral
next
clip
video,
or
man.
whatever. And he didn't just
Wasting
talk
too
about
much
it on my
time on
podcast.
one
He talked
video
about it
no
even
more,
more on
man.
Academics
We got
podcast.
to knock them out.
That was
We
kind
got
of
more
shocking to me. Like on the
yeah,
podcast,
more,
that I
way
know
more
about this
content.
stuff, and then I
Bro,
get
like,
people to
shit.
talk about it because I already know. And it's like, no, people are just spilling their guts, like telling me their life story. Which unfortunately, in Loose Cannon's situation, it's like if this was a couple years ago,
what, 10 videos after this? Oh no, shit, yeah, like 10
really
videos. I got another 3 coming out after that, man. Knock them out, bro.
I mean, at the end of the day, I just feel like with you, you know, I hear what people say. I've heard everything. Adam's a culture vulture. He's this, he's that, right? But when you really dissect it and you look at everything, at least a person like me, you provide a platform. You don't hold a gun to people's head and tell them what to say. You don't force people to tell you what they're doing. Just like I'm here, I'm telling my story. People pick and choose what to say. And unfortunately, sometimes people say stuff that incriminates them. And that's what we're seeing right now.
Right.
You know, so.
Definitely. So you got arrested at one point for throwing a water bottle at him?
That was last year.
Okay. Oh, that situation in the hotel.
No, it wasn't last year. It wasn't water bottle. It was a Mountain Dew bottle.
Okay, my bad. But you ended up getting arrested by the end of that?
Well, he pressed charges. So the hotel wasn't going to press charges on me.
Right.
What he did was a citizen's arrest. And so he did a citizen's arrest.
We've seen the video of the mall incident.
And
sure
that's so crazy because when he jumped on me and he did all of that to me, I never put him in jail. I didn't press charges. I was raised, and that's another thing when you deal with dysfunctional living. I was raised to not go to the police, right? So I took it.
Yeah, but you
I would have pressed charges on Big Q for what he did to me. He probably would have still been in jail.
You could hear her in the video saying, "Someone called the police."
Because people was like, "Well,
this man assaulted
why
me.
didn't you press charges?" I was raised to not.
And Big U's is like, "I don't know who are you? I don't know her. I don't know that
where
woman."
I came from.
Shit
Today,
like that.
I would definitely press charges because I'm a different person.
Do you have regrets about that? Because the whole situation could have played out quite differently, huh?
I do, right? But if you knew better, you would do better. I didn't know. I was a young girl. You know, I'm a grown woman now. And that's probably why I'm not scared anymore. Today, I wouldn't let him get away with that. But back then, I didn't know any better.
All right, man. So that's SKG and her relationship with Big U. We finna go ahead and get up out of here to the next one. Y'all know the deal is red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest.
It will be back with Trap in a second, man.
This situation finna get tricky. We going.
All right. So, okay. No, it should pop up.
The homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like,
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Material things ain't nothing, you feel me? At the end of the day, it's who you is, you know? You wasn't born with it, you gonna die without it, so.
It wasn't just a random act of violence. It wasn't just a jealous shooter.
Wait. Hold the fuck on. That's not the right one, bro. We need something a little bit more. Guess we going back to trap. All right. Let me see. Where is it at?
Happy to keep back and say, like a crack in the same
This
like
get
I'm
whacked
more
shit
than
right here.
going on here at 10. Trappers Network. Good news.
And we'll go back to
get nobody's cover G, big dog tap in with the tap in to make sure I'm fact tap in with that good tap in. You
how
feel me?
big you, I mean, it allegedly how big you use involvement.
Notification bell hit all say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, big dog. Tap in with that tap in to make sure I'm fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, hit that good subscribe button, hit that notification bell, hit all. Make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe button. Make sure you jump into this good content, man. RichTrapHouse.com. Get into the merch store, man at the Garden Freestyle. Please don't touch my God body on a Fairy Tales, Boogeyman, and Won't Forget are all out now. So make sure you get into that new music and get merchandise, man. Tap in with everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. We're finna slide back to the Adam and Rat show. Let's get back into it and see what Officer Rat and Adam 22 are talking about. Let's get into it. Let's go.
Over there, but he'll be way over there with somebody else.
He's got a lot of relationships, but he's not really like a hanger-on in a way. Like, and you know what I didn't really like think about until I was listening to the phone call that he actually uploaded to his page, which was that after the Nipsey thing, his name was kind of in the dirt in LA. Like a lot of people did not want to be associated with him because hanging out with him was almost like co-signing the death of Nipsey because people thought of him as being so close to Eric.
You can't say that because...
But that's how he felt, is that like people didn't really want to be around him like that.
Well, no, what it was he wouldn't denounce Eric.
Exactly.
Which he wasn't supposed to.
Right. That'd be some hoe-ass shit.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to because in a lot of people's eyes, Eric wasn't wrong. They didn't like what he did.
Right.
Because who it was, who he did it to.
Right.
No, that nigga was wrong. Eric
that nigga was wrong, bro.
You mean walking in a circle praying for blessing before she go bust a trick? See, Rockstar, this is why you got pressed for being around this ninja right here. This grown ass man wearing off-white boots with jeans out of rip like he's 12. Niggas got Betty Boop on that ish. Like Rockstar, you got a bling bling cash money chain that don't bling bling. Like that shit was crazy. This is why you got pressed, Rockstar, for being around this type of thinking person.
And for the reason they say he did it.
That was a good one, Trap.
He wasn't wrong. And this is why Cowboy puts up a fight. Because Cowboy understands the reason that they put out there justifies what he did. I've been listening to Cowboy's old stuff, and his whole thing is Nip didn't say that to him. And if you eliminate that, right?
Oh, what, calling him a rat?
Question though. And if you listen to Black Sam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Black Sam says he turned the corner in the red shirt as if somebody sent him to make it seem like it was some Bloods doing it. Right. But
yeah, I heard
that's
that
a little
too.
off because I don't think he was ski masked up. So he can have on whatever color shirt he want to have on. Right. He's
no shirt on.
Files, you know, they gonna know who he is. So that's why Cowboy, a lot of people don't hear him. I be hearing him. He like, yo, Nip didn't say that. But
he went to shake Nip's hand.
What debunks
Nip
Cowboy,
didn't shake his hand. Supposedly Nip called him a rat.
That is when TMZ, long time ago, I don't know if you caught it, put out the statements of the two people that got shot in the parking lot. When they told the story of what the conversation was.
When two other people got hit when Nipsey got shot.
Yeah, hell
yeah.
Why was it just accidental or?
Hell no.
Why did he shoot other people?
He popped them because they was there with him.
Oh shit.
So he came in, he popped, he hit Nip, neutralized him, came back, shot them too. believe it was a cousin Carrie and a female or something.
Wow.
Or whatever. And he shot them two. Cousin Carrie was over there just getting some clothes and shit. And that's where it originally come from. I think it's TMZ article where they put up their statements to what the conversation was that led up to the shoot.
Right.
Because nobody else could tell the story. Nip's not here to tell the story. Eric never said it. He never gave any statements.
At all.
So the only two people that's there is the other two people that got shot and survived. So, you know, in Brick, you know, the politics, I think he stood his ground on that. That's my homeboy. That's my homeboy. It's unfortunate what happened. A lot of people have been bothering him or whatever about whatever, and he snapped. And you know, I didn't have some homies do some things that I necessarily don't agree with. You know, I got a homeboy like that, Chicken Mike. You can pull him up.
Because a lot of people think that Brick was like regular friends with Eric and that it wouldn't be that big deal for him to denounce him. But in Brick's words,
the same name.
But this is a person who literally like saved his life when he got shot.
I mean, they up under the same name. I believe they might have lived together.
This is a very interesting situation, and it's
Yes, it is.
Something that WAC probably just shouldn't even be discussing, and you
At
can
all.
let that go, bro. There's no reason for you to be involved in this. Like,
You shouldn't even be speaking
everything
up
don't gotta
on
be
it.
discussed. And this
At
is
all.
sir, this is why you get your feet whooped, because you hang around this loser. This nigga WAC's an idiot, boy. I'm talking about he can go to Marathon Burger. Nigga, no, you can't. Nigga, no, you can't.
Got a homeboy name like that named Chicken Mike, Michael Parks. He killed one of my little homegirls. You know what I mean? And
But you couldn't speak out against him. You couldn't virtue signal off his
You
name.
couldn't
he hit home
speak out against.
because I told her in front of him to stop dealing with him. Her mouth. Look, these two represent the two extremities of my neighborhood.
Yeah.
She probably was the female with the most disrespectful mouth ever. Every woman in my neighborhood, she had it. And Chicken Mike is probably one of our most craziest, insane homies from my neighborhood.
Well, with a name like Chicken Mike, I would imagine that he doesn't really have too much he's not willing to do. His name's Chicken Mike, for guys crying out loud.
Right.
Hands down. Right? So you got a female whose mother grew up with him. He grew up with her mama, who talks crazy, like crazy. And then you got a dude who's burnt.
Yeah.
Shit don't mix. So a situation that happened, and she called me. He was on the phone. And I told her,
my bad, y'all.
Leave Chicken where he's at. Let him fight it how he got to fight. You need to move on with your life. Your mouth and his attitude and temper don't mix.
What the hell does any of this have to do with anything? Like, bro, you're like all off topic.
Think he go at her throat, shot her in the shot. What I told him was, I can't help you with your attorney, but as a homie, you can call my phone. If you need some money on your books or whatever, I can do that.
Right.
So I was in the same thing. I'm not gonna say him. I don't like what he did. You know, he my G homie, so I was kind of like, I get what Brick was going through.
Right. But so what is the change that you've had in terms of your view of his situation? Because that was the idea I got, is that you were backpedaling a little bit on some of your previous claims. No.
He went 21 months out here with some cases. See, when people say you working, right? And we revisit this, right? The Dale dude, right?
Dale.
Monster, right? The whole time, he was hanging with Big U and doing whatever they was doing. He was working.
Oh, yeah.
But Dale got a case from 2020 where he got caught shipping a lot of drugs, and he been up under the gun for that. So the feds was even giving him money, if you read the paperwork.
Was giving him money to get extorted with.
To pay the extortion bill. Dale was working to entrap these dudes.
Right.
So, you know, you never know how that went. You know, a dude could be out making calls, knowing his phone hot, here, there, doing this, leading them to something, spinning off, and then investigations trigger, you never know. Usually when you catch a case like that, you tell your homies, hey, bro, I got a case, I'm hot. And then that's it. But when you like tuck that away and don't tell anybody from the streets. And when they figure out, damn, you caught that wind and you ain't told nobody, but everybody's gonna think you was doing something. You will never be able to prove it unless somebody catches a conviction and goes to the box and it's there. But it's always gonna be that thing in the back of your mind. But as far as the RICO,
right,
we know why he's not in the RICO. Everybody was like, why is Luce named in a RICO and not Brick? You would have thought Brick was closer to Big U than Luce.
So if Brick's entire charge was just guns and drugs, then he wouldn't have been on that RICO poster board. But because there was this alleged robbery that Big U taxed him for, that's why he was included on it.
He's really a victim. He really got extorted in the paperwork.
So okay,
you're the victim too, bro.
Yeah, this is my question. Is like, obviously Brick is gonna have to be
He said
quiet
it,
about
bro. He's
a
the
bunch of
victim
shit
too.
when
He
it comes
was
back to
his life, bro.
All right, man. We're about to
Allegedly.
y'all know the deal. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free avenue. Angel Sweet's free. Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free avenue. Angel Sweet's free.
Wait, hold on.
Red dots to the left. Y'all know the rest. And it's free avenue. Angel Sweet's free. Back and say. Back to saying, like you're cracking the same. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe for more of this good content. We got going on here at 10. Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge, though. You ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with that tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in with everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Like, comment, subscribe, 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 like, comment, subscribe. Damn, that's real. News you can use. Knowledge you ain't finna get nobody's college, though. Big dog, tap in with the tap in to make sure you're in fact tapped in with that good tap in. You feel me? Notification bell here. All say tapped in for the latest and the greatest. Hey, real quick, somebody just sent me this. I'm gonna make a video next. Don't worry about it. The next video is gonna be about a list of crimes WAC 100 has mysteriously avoided, and we got about 7 good ones. Anyway, news you can use. Now you can't get nobody's college, man. Man at the Garden freestyle. Please don't touch my. It got a body on it. That's out now. I was told that I should do this at the beginning of the videos, actually. So, as a matter of fact, my bad. I should have started off with this.
Picking and choosing, nigga. Dead homies, you niggas want to have something to say about me? On the dead homies, I really boogie down on. Man, stop playing with me. Nigga, I don't give that energy up here. Bro, I'm the boogeyman. You niggas know. You bitch ass niggas from the hood that keep talking. Y'all know why y'all talking, cuz the boogeyman spoke, nigga. And y'all scared, nigga. You niggas want to do shit on camera. But it's over with. I ain't finna keep going up, nigga. But the energy is what it is, cuz. And on the dead, I'm just sending the link to cuz. Cut the lights on the motherfucking boogeyman. No mask, 30 shots in his hoodie, man. Big chop, no stimmy, this a boogeyman. Short strap with a stop, when I pull a man. This chop get cracking on God. My willies get cracking on God. Figure bro still taking off face. That scary nigga better get on your job. I do my due diligence if ever it's a fan. I ain't never rep shit except the motherfucking chunk. Drop these niggas out of price phase away. Do the shit for the races. The police get behind the commissary programming
take a phase in the count, doing every counting days. I remember that without the set father with the feet, say a prayer after bed. Hit the next with Jay Rocket here, hunt you for a bout. Gunshots, this shit get messy. Catch a hot one, nigga, I'ma test them. Dead homies, it's whatever niggas wanna be. Shots fired, man, down your baby in the street. Tell your baby if he tripping, whoop him on his feet. Turn your baby to a vegan if he on the beat. Early chain nugget, earrings, I'm a joint socket nigga in his mouth. Make sure he got the point. I'm trying to be a better man. I know my kids watch game banging drive-bys. That won't be my kids' option. All around this side, so I've never been an option. Niggas aren't really my sons, and I see my kids off the house. Remember lunch tickets, niggas on the bus tripping. Running phase at the bridge. We was making dumb missions. See the nigga stomped out. He was all in blood business. Right there's when I learned how to catch cuz slipping. Cut the lights on the motherfucking rookie man. No mask, 30 shots in his hoodie man. Big chop, no stimmy, this a fully man. Shirt strap with a stock when I pull it man. This chop get cracking on God. My willies get breaking on God. Finger broke still taking on face. Scary nigga better get on your job.
Yeah, so somebody told me that I should start putting music back in the beginning of the videos, man. I don't care what you think in the comments. I'm not really here to ask you for your opinion. Let's get back into the content. Let's get into it. Let's go.
I'm 6'0". Don't tell nobody.
And let's go ahead and give a big shout out to Toxic Media. Show love to Toxic Media.
About around and tell. I'm 6'0". Don't tell Cowboy about the facts because he'll around and tell.
R.I.P. both the Fats, Nipsey Hussle's best friend. Krusty,
Oh, wait, this is about facts. Hold on.
man. Lancaster building 2. Yeah, man. Please, like this.
Yo, you know, it's another new one too. I got into it with facts. Let me give y'all the information on that.
Oh, you know what? We saw this already. So y'all finna be mad. You're like, damn, this nigga got us bouncing all around. I do got y'all bouncing all around. It's Saturday. Chill out, big dog. Chill out. Let me go back to Nina Boy.
Let's get into it, gang. Y'all know I don't hold no angle. Y'all.
He shocked the world with the stories that he was.
5, 4, 3, 2, let go.
And when Loose Cannon first hopped on the
Toxic Media.
R.I.P. Facts.
I try not. Shout out to Nina Boy. Me and Nina Boy have buried all of our hatchets. You feel me? But wait. So did he upload the same thing twice? Okay, maybe it's this one.
Shocked the world with the stories that he was telling, especially where he said Big U told him that Nipsey died 30 minutes before it happened. But hold on though, please like the video before we start. I beg of you. And if you feel like I wasted your time at the end of it, you can like the month.
No, because listen, so after I talked to Nipsey and I was like, yeah, I love you, cuz, or whatever like that, I'll see you later or whatever. So I hung up the phone. I thought Big U gave wrong information. 30 minutes later, the homies blowing me up like they just killed Nipsey. And so I'm like...
Wait. You get a call from Big U telling you Nipsey just got killed.
Yeah.
You panic, call Nip. Nip answer the phone.
Yeah. And
you like
just talking on regular. So it's like, at the end of the day, I didn't even think about it because...
You don't even warn him that you got that call.
At the time, it sounded so unbelievable, we just labeled Loose a liar. But as time goes on, the stories that he told started revealing that it was actually true. And this is probably the last story left that he has to prove. And I think the feds want to help him because the feds knocked on Adam 22's door recently.
Edit out. But the one thing that the feds wanted was the cease and desist from Big U to No Jumper, asking us to take down the episode in which Loose Cannon first made the explosive statements that suggested that Big U had previous knowledge of Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, that situation is very much outside of what was mentioned in the indictment. In the indictment, there's nothing about Nipsey. There's nothing about any of that stuff. So this to me is kind of massive because it makes me feel like, oh, the FBI is interested in what Big U's involvement in Nipsey's death might be, which to me seems gigantic. I don't know why that cease and desist is not going to help them prosecute Brick Baby or Loose Cannon or anybody else. But the fact that they're interested in that, to me, adds quite a bit of credibility to the argument that perhaps Nipsey Hussle's death was a more complicated situation than it appears to be.
But do you think the feds got enough to reopen the Nipsey Hussle case? Let's let Wack break it down.
Now, if Eric Holder decides to say something and then he changes his stance, that will open this case wide back, and it's gonna get
talking too much. You
Yeah.
feel me?
Do y'all think that this case specifically is going to impact any of the big podcasts that are out there that they're trying to blame for this case going down?
Which one? Which case? No, because looking at the documents, right? Nothing about the big U there's nothing there. It's only loose cannon. Well, I don't know. Because I don't know if it's a troll or not. It could be a troll or not because I seen something which it didn't make sense to me. And the only way this...
Oh, no. You know what? We're going to go right back to...
Justice for them.
Your boy would have been there like, yeah,
You did.
Yeah, they talked a lot about a number of people in this press conference, but the main focus was on a man named Eugene Henley. The feds say he committed a series of racketeering crimes, including extortion, human trafficking, fraud, and the murder of a rapper in 2021. But this same man, Eugene Henley, is known throughout the Los Angeles community. He's been involved with work, including youth charities, and the feds say he did it all to further his own criminal enterprise.
Nigga, Big U jumped on me while I was pregnant, beat me, locked me in a spot, made me almost lose my baby, and I had a salary job at K1lled. The nigga made me lose everything. A week passed and Nipsey's calling me. He's like, sis, where you at? Where you at, sis? I need the posters. I wasn't going over to the neighborhood, to the 6Os, because I was really busy. And I'm like, Nip, I'm going to come, but I can't come right now. I pull up, walk in. Him and Fats is behind the counter. I'm like, what's up, bro? And I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking to him, I get this eerie feeling. And then I hear a slam, clack, clack. And I realized I was set up. The door slammed. When I turned around, Big U was there and another guy, and he just slapped me.
I know there's talk about Big U that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm going to tell you guys this. He definitely has something to do with that. Wow. And justice for Nipsey. And I know that justice is coming for Nipsey.
Welcome to Night and Day True Crimes. For more content like this, please thumbs up this video and subscribe.
A rapper with former ties to Big U is happy the Rollin' 60s neighborhood Crips leader has been locked up on murder and conspiracy charges and wants him put under the jail.
We're going to do this, the last one for this.
TMZ Hip Hop recently ran into SKG, a former death row artist whose name stands for Suge Knight Girl, and she's packing a lot of opinions regarding the Big U RICO charges.
You know, Big U is facing a lot of serious charges right now. I mean, there's spoken out about him in the past. I mean, do you think there's any truth to these allegations?
All the allegations are true, yeah.
I mean, why do you say so?
Because I was a victim, and the things that he has done to me, he's a monster, and everything that he's getting right now, he definitely deserves it.
Can you share what happened between you two?
Well, you know, he jumped on me. He lured me over to Nipsey Hussle's shop. He jumped on me while I was pregnant, beat me up, made me go to another part of the neighborhood. I got jumped by 3 girls. I still have a scar on my back from that incident. He lied on me. He extorted me. He threatened people not to work with me. I mean, he did a lot. He did a whole lot. And it wasn't just a singular thing he did. He did this throughout the years with me, with events, with people, with situations. He's just a monster. He's a bully, and he deserves to be in jail. He should have been in jail a long time ago.
I know one of the allegations against him is murder. I mean, you think that one's true then?
I don't understand why the family would lie. The family reached out to me, and I did speak with the family, and it's a sad situation because we're talking about a child. This was a child. Big U is a 60-year-old grown man, and you have two different type of people in this world. You have people that are screaming free a 60-year-old gangbanger, and then you have people that want justice for an innocent child, and you need to figure out what type of person you are. I know the allegations are true, but they say you're innocent until proven guilty, but in my opinion, he's guilty of everything. People can look at my interviews from years ago when I was speaking out about this, when I went on Tasha K, Whack 100 spoke about it. They just spoke about it on No Jumper. I've been speaking about this for years. And as a woman, you should never let a man think it's okay to put their hands on you. A person should never want to extort you or harm you just because they feel like it. That is crazy to me, And for me, it makes me feel good that my story helped other people tell their stories. That's what I'm most happy about.
Would him, going to jail help you, sleep easier at night? Do you feel like the LA streets are safer now?
Well, as far as me, I'm going to be safe regardless, if you know what I mean.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to be safe regardless because I'm not playing. I'm going to protect myself. But I definitely feel like a lot of people, they're happy. I've had a lot of people reach out to me, and they're like, we are so happy that he went to jail. I mean, this morning someone reached out to me and told me that he was extorting the food vendors. And I'm like, what? They were like, yes, he was extorting the food vendors at Crenshaw High. And I'm like, God damn, like he just extorted the whole city. So yeah, I think a lot of people are happy.
I know. There's talk about Big U that he was involved in Nipsey Hussle's death. I mean, have you seen any proof that would confirm that?
For me being over and growing up in that area, I'm going to tell you guys this. He definitely has something to do with that. Wow. And justice for Nipsey. And I know that justice is coming for Nipsey. And I think people are going to be shocked once they see everything that really happened and how he played a part in it. So yeah, you guys are going to start seeing stuff soon in regards to the part that he had to play in the demise of Nipsey. And he was very jealous of Nipsey. Me and Nipsey both went through stuff dealing with him, and we went through the exact same things with him. So he was very jealous of Nipsey.
In an exclusive interview with YouTube blogger Tasha K, SKG explained her fallout with Nipsey Hussle before he passed and how she was set up and beat down by rolling 60s Crip leader Big U.
Nipsey was Crip, you were Crip, so y'all were part of the same set. What happened, I guess, between you and Nipsey that caused, I guess, your relationship to go from a positive one to you pushing this music to a negative one?
So Nipsey at the time was working with Big U. We were all working together. I bought Big U and Nipsey and everybody up to K1lled. Like I said, I was on a salary job, so I was in charge of large accounts. I was in charge of putting large projects together.
Okay.
I put this event together called the Dream House. And what the Dream House is, little kids will write down, when I grow up, I dream to be a firefighter. And then we put their dreams all over the walls of the house, and we was gonna turn it into a community center. So we had Albertsons agree to put up $250,000. So my boss, Roy Laughlin at the time, was showing me how to structure everything because he was gonna match money. Me and Big U start getting into it. We start having conflicts. We decided in the middle of the conflicts that we wasn't going to work together anymore. With that being said, I was moving that money to another organization. When he found out I was moving the money to another organization, he came into the meeting that I had at my job and disrupted the whole meeting, threatened me in the meeting, disrespected me in the meeting. When he did that, my colleagues, this is a corporate establishment. It's not a hood environment. It's not a trap house. This is my job, my salary job, and I brought you to the table. But you're coming in here and you're trying to bogart and knock me out the way when I brought you in. So within the meeting,
he did all that, and I closed out the meeting, and my colleagues rode with me, and he seen that. A week passed, and Nipsey's calling me. He's like, sis, where you at? Where you at, sis? I need the posters. I wasn't going over to the neighborhood, to the 6 O's, because I was really busy, and I'm like, Nip, I'm going to come, but I can't come right now. I pull up, walk in, him and Fats is behind the counter. I'm like, what's up, bro? And I'm talking to him. And as I'm talking to him, I get this eerie feeling. And then I hear a slam, clack, clack. And I realized I was set up. The door slammed. When I turned around, Big U was there and another guy, and he just slapped me. I grabbed my face and I'm like, what you slapped me for? And he was like, bitch, you gonna embarrass me in the meeting, bitch? And then he just jumped on me. And then I looked at Nipsey, and him and Fast just put their head down. And I just was like, nigga, you set me up. Like, I trusted you, and you set me up, had me walk into this spot for this man to beat on me, and I'm pregnant. I'm sorry. I don't even want to. I get so mad about this, Sasha.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your.
Okay, so y'all go subscribe to Night and Day True Crimes, and anybody else that I shout out to anybody else's content that I use. Trap, it was just Trap in Night and Day. But yeah, man, we gonna go to the next video, man. Thanks for everybody tapping in. Peace. Wait. We're gonna go on to the next one. Next one we got is academics exposing whack as a rap on the Rico case. All right, let's go. Peace.